Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from mindfulmarketplace.com and our brand new Serve and Scale series where we ask what can you borrow to build? What can you leverage to launch? What tools, tech, software services, products, and programs can we borrow to expedite the process of offering high-end solutions to solve problems for our clients, our community, and our ideal audience. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is download the PDF that's going to be generated from this walkthrough. It is below if you're watching this on YouTube, and it has a lot more information on it than I'll cover here on the screen. All right, so essentially what we're going to do here is a real-time exposition on finding your secret sauce. I'm going to show you this is a real world example, and it accompanies the other audios and PDFs that I've sent out on this over the last couple days. Again, if you're not getting those, sign up for the list that's available in the description box below, whether you're on Twitter or YouTube or wherever you're seeing this. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to turn this into a PDF so there's more of the screen is available, and then we will cover this step by step. Let's wait for that to happen. Let me pull this up. It's going to change color. Okay. All right. So here's the core ethos that we're going to be following. Now, the most important thing that I want you to remember while watching this is your secret sauce does not need to be your sauce, right? And that sounds like a very goofy way of phrasing something that I think is super duper important and is actually the core idea that underpins this entire approach, right? So essentially, your goal is to find other tools, tech, software services, products, and platforms that allow you to appear more expert and offer better outcomes for your audience than you could do on your own, right? And there are a unending avalanche of opportunities to do that in the world using tools and tech and software and services that you don't have to create, right? There are other smart people who have built these things that you can borrow to help your clients launch to expedite the process of giving them better outcomes than you could do on your own. That could be super simple from things like WordPress themes, plugins, and things like that to more extensive and even expensive, software services that you can incorporate into your marketing, into your platform to give your clients better outcomes. And I'll give you a really quick example. And then we're going to cover this in a sequential way. So I had a conversation with a kid a couple of weeks ago, and he's a kid. He's, I think, 21, or at least a kid in the entrepreneurial sense, who just built a text-based online learning platform. And this thing is getting really, it's being used by these big companies for training and teaching. It's being used as part of this COVID-19 educational. In other words, the people are using his platform or their platform in these countries that are struggling with technology to give information to educate populations that are underserved and may not have access to broadband or the sort of tools and tech that we take for granted, here in, at least where I am, in more, kind of abundant societies, right? So this guy's really building some phenomenal solutions for real world problems like text-based learning instead of using something like Teachable or these more marketing centric online course platforms, things that I use, right? So I'm very interested in using their platform to deliver text-based courses for our mindful marketplace community. Now, the funny thing about their platform is that it's super expensive. It's really new, but it's also really, really expensive. So to use this guy's, tech, it's going to cost probably about $1,000 a month on a on the most remedial implementation for us. And that's a lot of money to pay for a brand new course platform, right? But the truth is, the more that I start to think about it, especially when you compare it to what we're paying now, something like Gumroad is free, something like, or can be started for free, something like Podia, which we currently use for the Mindful Marketplace courses, costs about $79 a month and has unlimited, courses and students and e-commerce and landing pages and pixel tracking, all these things that this platform that this entrepreneur started doesn't have yet, right? So, but there's a magical solution that he's offering, which is text-based courses that you simply can't emulate using any of these other platforms. But the price is a problem, right? That's a lot of money, and there's a limit even with something. For us, it would be about $1,000 a month to start, and we'd have a limit on the amount of students that we could have in our course communities at about 500, right? So there's a real cost per student as well, about $2. So you can't give away free courses, you can't give away free content. I mean, there's a radically different way that you have to, build a course community using this sort of tool. But the more I thought about it, the more I recognized that there are a number of different ways that we could actually take advantage of the fact that it's so expensive when offering this to our audience, to our teachers, right? So I could say to somebody, here are all the things we're going to do for you. We're going to build you a brand new website for your brand. We're going to build you a lead conversion funnel. We're going to help you teach a course by dint of using our own proprietary course creation process. We're going to put you on our course community website. But in addition to all those other things, we're also going to be allowing you to teach your courses using this brand new modality, which is text-based learning that has an open rate of 80% or even more, 90% relative to the to the industry average, which is like 10 or 20% of people open emails or even revisit a course after they've signed up for it the first time. This is delivered via text every day, and your courses, your content, and your platform is going to see an exponential increase in, this is what we'd be selling to our prospective teachers. And essentially, what I found in talking to a couple people who are already part of our, course community or our course building program using, more normal tools like Gumroad or Podia, they were extremely excited about the prospect of being featured in a text-based learning, course community, right? So, and they can't afford it on their own, right? So we can take unique advantage of the fact that it is so expensive to make this our secret sauce. And of course, we would be white labeling this software so that so that people wouldn't necessarily even realize that we were borrowing another piece of tech to launch this piece of our platform. All right. So with all that being said, this is the core process that we follow, right? So product for target audience to solve problem with our secret sauce. And here's the heuristic right here. Product for target audience to solve problem with secret sauce. Finding your USP. But the key piece of this is that your secret sauce does not need to be your sauce, right? So the question becomes, what can you borrow to build? What gives you the appearance of superpowers? What makes you look like a wizard, a wonderkin, or a magician in your niche market, vertical industry, or local community? And then as we kind of dig deeper, how can you 10x your content, your creativity, or even the appearance of these things, your contribution, your audience, your impact, and your income by leveraging other people's products and platforms? And the truth is, you can just recapitulate this same exercise over and over again and continuously find tons and tons of products and platforms and software and services that are out there in the world that you can take advantage of to offer to your community from a first mover's perspective. In other words, by dint of doing a little bit of research, of getting your hands around emergent ascendant tools and tech that your audience is just never going to know about. I mean, again, when I look at my audience of mindfulness teachers, therapists, doctors, these people have no idea what are the best tools and tech that are out there in the world to launching a business. They may be really, really good at what they know best. They may be great doctors. They may be great surgeons. They may be great mindfulness teachers. They may be great, yogis or whatever it is, or coaches, or even writers, authors, but they still have no time invested in knowing what the best tools and tech, software and services that are available to them to build their brands. And again, by taking that step and learning and seeking out these solutions, your secret sauce doesn't have to be your sauce. All right. You're just continuously finding better solutions to solve real problems that real people have. So when you look at this, product for web design and development for mindfulness-based professionals, these would be doctors, therapists, coaches, authors, teachers, etc. Target audience, same thing, right? So the web design development's the product. Target audience is here. The problem, they have shitty websites, maybe an old or outdated website, maybe no website at all, or they have no lead generation strategy, like they're not collecting names using something like MailChimp or ConvertKit or SendFox. They may have like a freebie based website, like a very amateurish appearance by dint of using something like a Wix or a GoDaddy web builder, et cetera, et cetera. Or maybe they're launching a book, like many folks in our target audience are, but they have really bad landing pages, or the landing pages for their book launches are integrated into their existing CMS in a subpar way, right? So if that makes sense to you, you can see like authors who, are just incorporating a blog post about their book and they're sticking a book into the post itself. That's not going to sell a lot of books. It's not going to convert as well as a dedicated landing page might be to sell that same book that, you can build for them or borrow a tool. And again, I've covered this so many times, I'm almost embarrassed to say it again, but something like Leaflets, which offers those sorts of high conversion centric landing pages. And you can, buy one of those from Leaflets for your clients for $25 and resell that for whatever amount of money, is appropriate for you, right? $100, $500, $1,000, all of those have real world examples, that make sense. All right. And the other thing that's really important, and this is the whole part of our new Serve and Scale series, and I'm actually doing all these myself. So it's my Serve and Scale series at this point. But it's this idea of your Archimedes lever, right? Give me a place on the earth to stand and I will move mountains, right? And that's not the actual quote, but that's the idea. Like if you have the right instrument and you have the right tool, and you have the right toolbox in aggregate, you can do amazing things that you simply could not do on your own. None of the things that I'm able to do in my business, in our business, am I able to do simply using my own. I haven't created anything that gives me that Archimedes lever, other than my own ingenuity and relentless pursuit of like what else is out there that I can capitalize on, that other smart people have created, that gives me the appearance of of expertise or superpowers, or makes me a magician or or a guru, let's say, or thought leader in a niche or market or industry. I've done nothing. I've created nothing other than taking advantage of what's available to me and making the best use of other people's, creativity in the service of building my own business. And I've done that for years. There's nothing to say that anyone watching this can't do the same thing. So in conclusion, it's this piece here, your secret sauce, and it doesn't need to be your sauce. If you master that one thing, if you master that one core concept, everything else that you're struggling with will slowly ebb out of view, right? I mean, the only thing left will be this emergent excitement and enthusiasm for finding other cool tools that allow you to solve real problems for people in your ideal audience and create real products that build your brand, that build your business, and ultimately build your bank account to boot. All right, so I know I've said a lot and probably some of it sounded like gibberish, but hopefully there's enough in here that inspires you to at least explore this whole approach. And this PDF, if you're interested in that, you can download at the link below. I'm going to post this on YouTube, and I'm also going to share this in a couple other private parts of our community, and it will be available to you if you want to have it. Okie doke. Have a wonderful day and hope to speak to you soon.